Today, there is no challenge to the dissolution of the assembly. The petitions which were filed after 5th and
And
6th
that
of
resolution also takes place in the Constitution of India as applicable to Jammu and Kashmir.
Your Lordship, sir.
In
Your
terms
Lordship,
of section 53.
It should have been under 117. The petition which Mr. Sibal argued Muhammad Akbar loan is a petition filed by two members of parliament belonging to National Conference, Muhammad Akbar loan and one another member. No challenge either to the governor's rule, president's rule, or dissolution of legislative assembly. One IA is filed by the former chief minister, argued by Ms. Ramkrishnan, in 2022, IA for impleadment. Yes, I'll just double. That is IA number, Your Lordship wants. IA number is 154272 of 2022. 154272 of 22 in writ petition civil number 1099 of 19. That is item 501 on board, the lead petition. Shah Faisal. Now not my Lord Shah Faisal. Correct, my Lord? So, no political party challenges either governor's rule or president's rule or dissolution of assembly contemporaneously. Dissolution not challenged at all. Otherwise, your lordships are aware, my lord. Your lordships are disturbed even at the middle of the night that now we are ready to forge an alliance and we are ready to form a stable government. Because there were several arguments were made on that. That how can the assembly be dissolved like that? I am just, my lord, pointing out the hollowness of that argument. Before I go further, Lord, I must deal with one submission.
So writ petition civil 1099 of 2019 did not challenge these three things.
My lord, writ petition is by...
did not challenge the governor's rule, president's rule, or before that?
No, my lord, I must point out, the governor's rule is challenged, but after 14 months, when...
After, in 1099.
5th and 6th of August 2019, when that was, must be being drafted, it must have been advised that you have to challenge the main imposition. That appears to be the case.
So the governor's rule was challenged.
Challenged after 14 months.
Then obviously the president's rule would have been also challenged.
Yes.
It's bound to be.
Yeah, bound to be.
And dissolution of the legislative assembly is also challenged.
Is not challenged.
Is not challenged.
Is not challenged. Still not challenged. In any of the petitions till date.
Till now, none of the petitions is challenged.
Yes. None of them.
And that's in terms of section 53(2).
Yes. And, my lord, the petition argued by Mr. Sibal, which was filed, my lord, which is number 1099, loan, Abdul.
That was 10.
Muhammad Abdul loan, my lord, which was by NC, National Conference. Not even president's rule or governor's rule under challenge. Well, I have a list. I have the list, my lord. I'll just show that list, my lord, to your lordships. Where is that list?
Through a fact, what is the governor's rule was challenged through a PIL filed in this court, dismissed. There was a PIL filed in this court, challenges governor's rule, was dismissed by Justice Gogoi. And I'd be very happy if this court were to say that because all this was not challenged, the entire process that is adopted is constitutional.
When did I argue that? My lord, why
Very happy if this court were to say that.
My lord, where did my learned friend, my lord, why is he presuming what I am going to argue?
Since you are talking about it.
No, I am talking about it because half an hour of a political kind of an argument was made. How can you dissolve the assembly like this? What are the powers of the governor, etc.?
Bench of this court has said you can't do it.
Correct, but you can't argue it without the challenge.
I have never made a political argument in this court, and your lordship knows about it. Not a single political.
Lord, if there is
word.
no challenge and if you raise a plea that there was, governor should never have dissolved, it becomes a political argument. It's not an argument made to suppress.
But taking your point that Mr. Sibal's writ petition, there was no challenge to President's rule, governor's rules or the dissolution.
Yes, and dissolution not in challenge in any of the petitions.
That we've got.
So, my lord, that question your lordships need not go into. That's the my lord, respectful submission. And my learned friend is right. So please, if you don't mind.
Paper book 501.7, in fact, their counter affidavit has a listing of all the prayers of all the
I
petitions.
was going to say that, please allow me. I have prepared a list and place it, my lord. This is the submission in support of my, my lord, plea that your lordship need not go. Substantial time was consumed on this argument. Therefore, my lord, I am, my lord, laboring this point that it was not necessary. Lord, please come to, my lord, volume 501.7, paper book, 2993. My lord, the prayers are quoted.
Which document file are you saying?
Which document?
Paper book.
The main paper book, my lords.
1.7.
7.
Page?
Page 2993. Why would I not point out something which is in my favor and I have placed with my reply?
Folder 2993. Is various item number.
Incorporated all the prayers with writ petition numbers. Yes, sir.
2993 is the
2993, my lord, is the page number. PDF page 2993. Your lordships have seen the chart. These are the only prayers before your lordship. And that too after 5th and 6th of August 2019, after 14 months. And I have, my lord, also narrated a chart showing the pleadings also.
But we have petitions where everything is challenged except the dissolution of the Legislative Assembly.
Correct. No, my lord, there are petitions.
There are
actually.
petitions challenging the imposition of governor's rule, the imposition of president's rule, and but according to you, no challenge to the dissolution of the Legislative Assembly.
Correct, my lords. But one factual clarification. In some of the petitions, even that the governor's rule is not under challenge. For
There are some petitions where there is.
Yeah,
challenge.
yes,
So
but
we'll
some
have to deal with
petitions
it anyway once it is raised.
to,
Even in
to have a challenge to governor's rule.
Governor's rule was challenged in most of these petitions post the president's rule.
All the petitions post the decision. That is why
What
I,
Mr. Sibal said, there was an earlier petition filed which was discussed.
yes, my lord, that's what, my lord, I have pointed out, my lord, in my summary of submissions, my lord. Please see, my lord. That is, my lord, at page.
If there were no actions on 5th and 6th, we won't be here. We wouldn't have challenged anything. We are challenging the actions under those provisions.
No, let,
That's all.
Mr.
I'm
Sibal.
just saying.
No, I am also, whenever interrupt, I am just saying, but don't do that. That's why the rejoinder stage is always there. I understand your discomfort, but what can you do? What can I do? वो जो,
I mean, I understand you.
not, PIL. Not PIL, it was not a PIL. I'm sorry, it was not a PIL. My learned friend, my lord, possibly not correctly briefed. It was PDF 250. Take, my lord, PDF 250. I have, in my written submissions, my lord, I have done this. One MLA challenge, it was not a PIL. Please see, my lord, the order of this honorable court. And kindly have a look at, my lord, at PDF 250.
Same paper book.
Yes, my lord.
Which paper?
No, I'm sorry, volume paper book. No, I'm sorry, written submissions paper book.
You are taking us back to volume 3?
No, my lord, the same volume 3 of written submissions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, there, PDF page 250. This Gagan Bhagat was not a PIL petitioner, he was an MLA. We argue, anyway, my lord, We learn from my senior, my lord. I will not say anything more than that.
Yes, I know.
I am only arguing a matter, my lord. I have no political,
Yes, let it finish, tell me.
my lord, I have nothing, this is a constitutional point for me. Your lordship gets that order, my lords?
This was a petition challenging precedent's rule.
Yes. No, I'm this.
Governor's rule.
Dissolution, I'm sorry, dissolution,
This was against what, challenging dissolution or the governor's rule?
dissolution,
Dissolution.
dissolution.
Therefore, they've not included that prayer in any of these petitions because that has attained finality.
But that's what they came to know when I say in my written submissions. They were not aware of it. They have not mentioned that we have not challenged because it is affirmed by the Supreme Court. I'm sorry, ma'am.